I'm Major General Diana Holland, Commander of the South Atlantic Division, and standing next to me is Lieutenant Colonel Rachel Honderd, the Commander of the Charleston District. We're currently in the South Carolina State Emergency Operations Center in Columbia, South Carolina. It has been a long journey with Hurricane Dorian. We first deployed USACE personnel to Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands on August the 26th. Those islands were spared any impacts from the hurricane, but it continued its path over the Bahamas, and then we repositioned in Florida to be ready for a landfall of a Cat 5 hurricane. Hurricane Dorian took a turn to the north and has hugged our coastline across Florida, Georgia, right now in South Carolina, and about to skirt North Carolina, yet to make landfall. I'm so proud of the Corps of Engineers, our districts, and all the augmentees from across the enterprise that have supported us, ready to respond in whatever way possible. I'll now turn it over to Rachel to talk a little bit more specifically about Charleston.
Along with volunteers from the enterprise, making up of upwards of about 275 United States Army Corps of Engineers personnel are positioned across the state. We have liaisons with the counties, with the state, and with our internal emergency operations center, which we are currently operating out of the St. Stephen Powerhouse. Our priorities for the district right now, number one, are life safety of our people. Obviously, our people are impacted by this, and so many of our employees had to ensure the safety of their families and their loved ones. And so in the process of that evacuation, however, they're still committed to executing this mission, and they are working from wherever they are located within the state to support our missions. What we have going on right now is we have personnel in the navigation section who are prepared and co-located with the Coast Guard. Once the storm passes and it is safe to do so, they will clear the navigation channel to very quickly reopen the port and the federal channel there. Our other priorities include our bases, our military partners. We have multiple military installations, Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines within the state of South Carolina. And we have coordinated with them to ensure that we are able to facilitate a rapid recovery for them to return to normal operations as well. And then finally, we have our civil works mission, particularly on the coastline where it is most affected by Hurricane Dorian. We have federally authorized projects. We are prepared and postured to go to make assessments of those areas to identify any damage that will need to be repaired following the storm. So, ma'am, thank you again for your time. Thank you for your continued support, as well as all of the other districts within not just the South Atlantic Division, but across the enterprise, helping us here during this time to respond to this.
Well, and shout out to the Charleston district, which has been on guard really for a couple of weeks waiting for this storm to come to South Carolina. But I just want to thank all of our districts from Jacksonville, Savannah, Charleston, and Wilmington that have really been the front line to this storm. And then all of the districts that have sent volunteers to reinforce. But it's important we don't become complacent. Dorian is not done yet. And it is an active storm season already in the Atlantic Ocean. And so we have to, as the Corps, be ready for the next storm. And we all have to remain safe and be ready to go to work the next day.